Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 11th of January 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the fairy tarot cards for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say about today and what energy you'll be working with. I don't know if you can hear that bird outside, but I think it's a crow or a raven or something. So I always read the symbols in the readings, and the message I got before when I was picking a deck of cards was really look closely today. And now there's the sound of a kind of crow outside. So I think that's part of the reading, to be honest. A crow, I mean, it's not here every day, or I've never heard it before ever, actually. There was an owl before as well. That was nice. So what is a crow? Magic, transformation, dealing with the negative. We're going into the magpie family now, and maybe envy and an appreciation for beauty. The raven in itself, I'm now wishing I'd read the Edgar Allan Poe thing. I think I have, but I don't remember any of it. It's like, I would say it's the occult and old houses and isolation and desolation and, snow and things are frozen and on hold. And it's the same message, really. You're going to have to look closely, I suppose. And it could be that there's some other kind of force at work. Something else has like an undercurrent of what's happening. So rather than something in your life that's going on that may be troubling you at the moment, if you look closer, it's not just an isolated incident. It may be part of a pattern. So look at what's bothering you today and examine it for what it is. You may see that certain things come into your life on repeat. Okay, we've got the Queen of Winter. That's the Queen of Swords. Famed for making good decisions and thinking clearly. So if you're examining anything, you want the Queen of Winter on your side because you'll take accurate notes and you'll understand things very easily. Then we got the Four of Spring. That's the Four of Wands. And then finally the King of Summer. Oh, okay. So we've got another theme here of transformation, and what I'm getting, the King of Summer and the Queen of Winter, what that reminds me of is, oh, and I'm showing myself up here. Is it the story of Hades and Persephone? Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But basically, I think it's Demeter or Ceres, the goddess of fertility and the land. She has a daughter, Persephone, and she's gorgeous and beautiful. And Hades, king of the underworld, falls in love with her. And I don't know the details, but ultimately it ends up with the two fighting over the daughter, and they split the year. So she spends 6 months in the underworld and she spends 6 months with her mother. And it affects the seasons. Like the crops only grow for 6 months. And that's why, I think it's a creation story of why we have the seasons, basically. But that's the vibe I'm getting. And Hades in astrology is known as Pluto. Excuse me. And Pluto is also about transformation and healing and change and examining the dark stuff in order to transcend it and overcome it. Because it can be done. It can be done. Overcoming difficult things. And even though it's the king and queen of, the king and the queen, not, Hades and Persephone, I'm getting that there is really an ability to look beyond your regular circumstances and to see the absurdity in some of them and to, gain a really amazing insight. And I feel that this is important on this day, to just trust your own inner meaning-making machine. If it seems to make sense to you, then it makes sense. It's going to be on point. The King of Summer is that the King of Cups? Yeah, so Cups is water, so your intuition is heightened, your intellect and your analytical abilities are heightened. So really, if you do come to a conclusion, it's likely that you're right in that assessment. And the Four of Spring is a wedding. It's the Four of Wands, and it's a celebration, and it could be their wedding. So it's the perfect union of the mind and the heart, and each one of them are operating at primo levels here And you can't go wrong. And if you listen to your gut and your head, then it's going to lead somewhere happy. The Four of Wands usually is two wands on one side, two wands on the other, and it creates a doorway, and they're all celebrating and dancing around. Here we've got the fairy king and queen getting married in this beautiful meadow, and we've got the castle in the back. So it's a nice day out while feeling grounded and rooted and having somewhere to go, somewhere to move towards that feels happy and positive. So basically it's hope and the appreciation of beauty in your life. And by following these kind of instructions, you're able to create that beauty for yourself. Also, I've been talking about these very much as inner qualities. They can also appear as people in your life. So if you're talking to some guy and suddenly you find yourself in tears, that means something. Or if you're, I don't know, handing in your work for review and the tutor or the teacher or your mentor or whatever assesses it and it comes back with a bunch of red on it, then don't be shocked and horrified by that. Look at it as constructive criticism to see things clearly. If you look it over and assess it, you'll be able to make your own decision on it. That's first and foremost. You know, just because someone says, I'm talking about like grammar now, which I'm certainly no expert at. But if someone says, oh no, the comma should be there, then there will be rules of grammar that you need to follow. But there's also, stylistically, there's also an element of that where you can decide and where the emphasis is going to be and what you want to highlight and what you want to minimize. So think for yourself, really. Queen of Winter. So the Queen of Swords is strong and patient and self-sufficient and funny. No, she's not funny at all. Is she? No. The Queen of Swords is not funny. She's, in the Wheel of the Year Tarot, she's represented as the evil queen from Snow White. Not like fame for her humor or her sense of humor. Her strength is justice and looking at both sides of the coin and doing something for a community, following the rules, being critical and analytical and making sense of things. It's much more about inward, whereas funny is about outward. I'm telling the joke and you're going to laugh. And she doesn't do that. She uses her intellect to get things right and to write contracts. She doesn't write jokes. Okay, so I disagree with the authors of this deck anyway. Not that they'll mind. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. So she's funny, but she's letting go of people. That's okay, so let me not criticize. I'm already tapping into the Queen of Swords. Okay. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Okay, so yes, cut the cord, I suppose. Make the decision, I don't want this anymore. Now is the time to focus on your career. Okay. Unmarried or divorced individuals. Oh, okay. Make decisions about what you have assessed to serve you and what doesn't serve you. Career, but also intellect and decisions about your life. I don't think it's just career. So you can plan your career, but you can also plan your personal life and make decisions about who you want to be and how you want to act and how you want to appear. The air signs in astrology, winter, swords being the element of air, it's masculine, it's about, I think for myself, I take the initiative here. And all the signs like Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it's about teaching, it's about community and balance and expressing yourself. So I suppose that's where they get the funny bit from. But if you find yourself not cracking jokes every 5 minutes, please don't be overly surprised. I wouldn't be. I really don't think that's the case. 4th spring, be grateful. You have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. Exactly. So get that feeling of celebration around your intuitive insights and your ideas, and that's going to fire you up. Spring being wands and fire also pushes you into action and says take the first step on this journey to your castle in the sky. The King of Cups, the King of Summer, honorable, devoted, mature and warm-hearted. A romantic partner you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavor. Okay, so the King of Cups is someone totally you want on your team. You can trust his advice. He's emotionally available. He's you know, you turn your back and you know that when you turn around again, he'll still be there. He's reliable. Cultural or creative endeavor, yeah. The king of summer is intuitive. He's psychic. He's able to channel spiritual energy. He can channel that into something cultural or creative, so writing music or art, or throwing a fabulous dinner party. He's able to do things up nicely, put people at ease, make them feel comfortable. That's what you're able to do, I think, for yourself more so by making sense of something that gives you a feeling of, okay, I know what the next direction is now. I think it's much more about your inner journey than it is about an actual wedding and for you to meet the love of your life on this day. I think it's much more symbolic. And you may disagree with that. And let me know again in the comments if you think that this reading says that a funny woman is going to meet a mature, gorgeous man, and they're going to have a fabulous wedding party. Of course, well, yeah. Okay. Number-wise, we've got 2 chord cards. They count as 1. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 4 is 6. 6 is a temporary opportunity. And the opportunity is to set goals because of the clarity you enjoy today and because of the depth of emotion and emotional certainty you've got. And if you engage with something and you started off, you know, certain things feel weird from the get-go. I remember I was looking at flats in Australia, and then I saw one I didn't want, and then some of the others were gone, and I had to go to the estate agent and And from the moment I saw the whole vibe was off. People were rushing things, and it was just every step that possibly could go wrong did go wrong. And sometimes you just get into a certain energetic, how would I say this? You get into an energetic stream or an energetic groove, and it can be difficult to jump out of it. But again, it's important to recognize it. And that's what I was saying at the beginning, you know, feeling like, hey, this isn't just a one-off, like someone just tried to hustle me in the street. Why does that always happen to me? It's happened to me 8 times, for example. It doesn't happen to any of my friends. So you may start to see an underlying reason for something that keeps happening in your life. And it's that understanding that then allows you to do something about it and to jump out of that groove and to attach yourself to a different stream of consciousness that has a positive quality attached to it. I really feel that, you know, sometimes if we're doing certain things in life, you got to kind of pay attention to the pervasive energy that is kind of fundamental to that thing. Does it always make you feel stressed, or does it always make you feel joyful or exhausted or whatever? And pay attention, and because these things have a rhythm of their own, and if you get caught up in it, then you'll be the one dancing, and you really want to dictate what things you engage with and pick and choose rather than be taken for a ride. And that's what this day gives you, the ability to not be taken for a ride and to jump on your own gorgeous winter sled. Exactly. So have an amazing day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.